because before you joined Miss Universe Philippines, you were already making waves as one half of Camp Confidence, of course, the podcast, and also Morena, the label. And you're that TikTok. I always call you TikTok queen because when I met you the first time when we had that mastermind circle with Coach Yani Moya, you were introduced as the TikTok queen. I wasn't on TikTok then, and then when I saw TikTok, I was like, "Oh, Ayin is so big on TikTok." I had no idea, and great content. It was not just educational; a lot of it is about confidence, finding your footing in this entire world. And I guess one of the resounding questions that we got here is from Zild_Zild. How did you become so confident? And what is even confidence to you? I'm sure confidence is something that you define for yourself first before you step into it, right? So what's the story, Ayin? How did you become that confident girl in TikTok that people all look up to?
That's so crazy when people say that because I started TikTok December lang and it really took over my life. So when I hear that, it's like, is this real? But yeah. Confidence wise though, when I was younger, sobrang different ko. As in, I was really insecure. I was really shy. But the thing was, I also noticed how my shyness and my lack of confidence took a lot of opportunities from me. So for example, when I was in college, hindi man lang ako nag-audition for my media org. When, deep inside, I knew all I wanted to do was to work in the media. I wanted to be in front of the camera. Pero sobrang nahihiya ako, na-insecure ako, feeling ko, na-intimidate ako. So, nung inisip ko yun na, oh my gosh, college org, hindi ko man lang sinalihan. Sabi ko, I can't go on like this. I need to do something to change how, kind of change the trajectory of my life. Kasi I know that I can do more, but I haven't seen it yet. So, ang ginawa ko, well, the first one was to kind of stick to people who didn't make me feel bad, first of all. As in parang overhaul of like the people around me. Because one of the things that I was most insecure about growing up was yung sinasabi ng ibang tao. So when I surrounded myself with friends who didn't laugh when I said na, oh, I want to try out for this, hindi sila natatawa because they knew that it could be a serious thing. So yung mga ganun, na-inspire talaga ako sa kanila. And for me, I adapted those habits and slowly worked my way towards confidence. And at the beginning, it was like faking it na kumare, okay, kaya ko to, pero nanginginig ako before I go hosting, as in like, I have to pep talk myself every single time I go on stage. Pero the more that I did it, the more I acted confidently, the less nervous I became and the more real it all felt. To the point na there was just one point na bigla na lang ako, oh, it's real. I'm actually confident. I'm actually not scared. So I think I got used to trying things, failing in the process, getting better, and realizing na at the end of all of it, hindi naman siya nakakamatay. Hindi naman ako, alam mo yun, like, what's the worst that can happen? I fail, so what?
I'm reminded of this thought that I had, which is don't be the first person to say no to you. I mean, my goodness, I would consider myself an introvert my whole life until I started working in media. And one of the things that I learned from self-help books, dun lang naman ako natuto.
Yes, same.
Yun lang. That's the only way I know how to do anything in life, it seems. I remember reading this line that stuck to me so much, where the author said, you have to speak, act, and dress as if you are already the person that you want to become. Oof. And I love that because for the longest time, you're so afraid of doing things because you're just you. You think, oh, this is just me. I have nothing to offer. I have nothing good or substantial to say. I have nothing adventurous or great to offer anybody. But when you start thinking about who's the person that I want to be, oh, I want to be that confident, smart woman who walks into a room and commands it instantly. And I started pretending like I was that girl already, even if I wasn't. and it worked out, and I think it's kind of that. Well, it's a lot of people have been asking to talk about this. Syempre, we talked about confidence, and Trish here is asking about, deep-seated body insecurities, and I think it's fueled by a lot of things. But I want to first talk about how you deal with this. Deal with not just your insecurities coming from yourself, but also from bashers, haters, people online. It's really incredible how volatile people can be online and publicly at that too, because it used to be in the early 2010s, we know this, that when people wanted to hate on you, they do it in closed doors. Like, they would literally DM you in like a new account that they've created with 0 followers, and they would say horrible things to you. But now they do it with their own accounts, with freaking Bible verses on their profiles and babies in their profile photos. Like, why is it always that one mom?
This is a mother. This is a mother telling me I'm too ugly for a pageant.
I don't get it. It's always a profile. I don't get it, but how do you deal with it, and how do you keep your head up?
Oh my gosh. I guess to start with like the body issues with myself, the first thing that I did was to realize na it was normal. So for me, I had to like normalize what I looked like and realize na, oh, people are different. Na the things that I see in myself na I thought were flaws aren't really flaws. It's just, something that I don't see enough of. So another thing, moving from that was like my internal monologue. Pero dealing with bashers naman, I ask myself, well, what do they want me to do? Like, what's the alternative? Because when I think about the alternative, I don't like the alternative. So for me, it's like really, really strong acceptance na kailangan matanggap ko sa sarili ko who I am, what I look like, so that when I read these comments, okay na ako. And honestly, like, to be honest with you, the first 2 weeks siguro na I joined Miss Universe, ang hirap talaga sa akin kasi I would see comments na I've never seen before, because even though I've been a content creator for a while, ang bait ng community ko, as in sobrang supportive, alam mo yun, very positive. And all of a sudden, there were all of these new people discovering me for the first time, seeing my face and my body for the first time, and deciding I wasn't good enough to be a beauty queen. Nung nasanay na ako, like parang, okay, ayun, wala kang choice. Ito na, ganyan sila. Pero, what's your other options? What can you do outside of this? And to me, well, I didn't want to change myself, honestly. Like, my face is going to be the face I show on stage kasi that's the point of me going there. I want to, people say, oh, you're too common. You look like a common Filipino. I mean, that's the point. I mean, yes, I want to be a common Filipina because we don't see enough of that. So yeah, so what if I'm 5'3"? So what if, my legs are shorter? I mean, I don't need to get the crown today or tomorrow, but I want to be the reason other girls in the future maybe can join, and sila mismo, they can prove to themselves na they can do it too. Like, it's so funny na parang ang sinasabi ko rin, like, if you think I'm gonna lose, let me lose. I would love to lose. At least I got to join.
Yeah.
Yung sinasabi ko, why are people so pressed na matatalo naman ako? At least may chance ako matalo. Before, I never had that chance to lose. Now I get to lose. I'd love to.
And that's when they really have no idea what they're talking about and what they're doing, because if what they're saying is true, they wouldn't even be making that argument, right?